Welcome back to Coriander Society Adventures. If you're just joining us, Gastone is taking apart some high-tech stuff. Asena is on a spaceship trying to go to space with 2 giant spider robots on it. John is in the shadowy void apparition projection of the caverns of the god of dragons, time, justice, and death, and is considering doing some seriously gnarly stuff. Let's check in with Gastone real quick. Gastone, a while ago, chat was going to have... chat got you a treasure. They were going to have... Chester, bring you something from inside the cavern.
Oh, I love that.
I would like you to roll 1d100, please.
I will. Just give me a quick moment. And /r 1d100. That's not a 0. It says rolling the dice.
Yep. System's a little slow. Honestly, so am I today.
True, same.
81. Okay. Chester has discovered a headband. A heavy headband with a device attached to the front end.
What's the device?
It's a headband with a small device attached to the front end. It's a black box. It's got a switch on it and a lens.
Huh. Sounds like a camera.
You can go ahead. What do you want to do?
You said it had like a switch of some sort?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to point it away from me and then hit that switch.
Okay. Roll another 1d100.
Oh my.
All right. It flares and flickers, and 60 feet away from you, a bulky, massive creature, 15 feet across, with tentacles for arms, giant bulbous eyes on top, a huge gullet full of sharp teeth, and a single eye stalk sticking out of its head appears.
George? George?
It bellows, and it flails. What do you do, aside from call from George, who has now been called?
You said 60 feet away from me.
Mm-hmm. Or as far away in a line as, is possible, given the givens.
It looks like about 35 feet.
What way were you pointing it when you set it off?
Yeah, definitely towards the wall, sad to say.
Okay.
Cool. Well, this is a sniper angle. I'm immediately going to shoot it with the biggest gun I have.
You're going to shoot it? You just summon it and you're going to shoot it?
Look at that thing!
You have no idea what trigger you even pull. You know what? Fine. No, go for it, man.
I don't give a shit if it's unless it speaks human or sentient tongues.
It might not even be real. It could be an image.
Roll an attack with your sniper rifle.
You might have just shot the power thing you were just working on.
Oh, it'll be fine. No, that's on the other side of the room, so it's okay. Sniper rifle.
Oh God.
10.
How do we feel about inspiration?
Yeah.
Or does that hit?
A 10 does not hit.
Let me see.
I'll drop an inspiration. As he's firing, originally he missed because Chester freaked out and ran through Beatdown's legs, or rather Gastone's legs, and it slightly offset his shot. And so realizing that he messed up, Chester is going to use a little bit of that celestial magic he has to kind of help guide the bullet. So I'm going to drop an inspiration. I'm down to 8 now.
Okay.
Oh, Chester had an inspiration. Chester uses Chester's inspiration by some guy 3 episodes ago.
Oh my God.
I believe it was some guy. It might have been somebody else, but I'm pretty sure some guy likes Chester. So I'm using that inspiration instead.
All right. You get to make another attack beatdown. And how much inspiration do you have, by the way? This is the beta version, and it resets when I change scenes.
I have 5.
All right. 14.
Ah.
All right. So here's how this works.
Okay.
A 10 was a miss. A 14 is a hit. As the bullet passes harmlessly through it into the wall on the other side, because you hit the creature, it does not damage the components in the computer that it was standing in front of.
Nice.
The bullet literally just goes right through it, hits the wall. The creature doesn't even react. It's as if it's not even there.
Oh, wait. Can I flip the switch again?
Yep. It disappears.
What the fuck makes this shit?
Oh my gosh.
So congratulations, add an image projector to your inventory.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
It has the image of a froghemoth stored in it.
That's pretty cool.
What did you say it was called? A projector?
Image projector.
Image projector.
Hey, Gastone, if you'll allow it, could Chester mess with it a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
So as you're like clicking it off, Chester jumps up on your shoulder and kind of nudges your arm a little bit and kind of like is like pushing its head like by your trigger finger to like do it again.
Oh, like you want me to switch it on again?
Mhm.
Okay. And I'll just switch it on.
Where do you point it?
Same spot.
At that moment, Gilwargus comes charging in with his power blade drawn.
Oh shit.
And the froghemoth appears.
And when it appears, Chester's gonna like jerk your hand to see if you can make it move or if it's just static where you summon it.
It is static where it's summoned.
Good to know.
Oh, interesting. I'm gonna switch it off now.
Okay.
They're like, no, George, never mind. It was false alarm. This is I found an image projector. But I appreciate your swiftness.
I'm going to have a word with Manda.
That was great.
Sounds like one of hers. And as the froghemoth vanishes, he heads back down to the spawning pools. Let's
Does
check.
he just sit there and wait for something to come out of the pool?
Good question. All right, let's go ahead and check in with Asena, who is on a trajectory to go into space.
She's going to the one place that isn't been corrupted by capitalism. Nice. I delivered about as well as Tim Curry did.
Hey, Tim Curry is a national treasure who nailed that line.
He did. Oh my god, he absolutely did.
Give me one sec. I actually have a new scene for us, so I need to collect all my action figures and move them.
New scene.
Mm-hmm. Space.
We are riding on a mission.
Something favorite rocket ship.
That is not the song, but
Spoofy, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. What was spoofy again? What was the? There was a spoofy joke earlier. What was spoofy?
it wasn't a joke. It was a spell.
Oh, what?
What was the ability?
It was an ability. That makes sense. Somebody did a spoofy thing. I remember.
Oh yeah, spoof command.
Spoof command. That was it.
Yeah, when you spoof something, it's like you're imitating it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to spoof a command. Okay, so.
Whoa, this is cool.
You are attempting to make your way into space.
Space.
Berocai cannot into space. And these
Who
two.
is Berocai, by the way?
Berocai.
Hey, sorry.
No, you go ahead. It's better when it comes from you than from me.
No, I wasn't going to answer his question.
All right. Asena, the ship is struggling to gain altitude even as the engines are firing at full tilt. Now, this ship is pretty large. It is larger than them. So it's not so much that the engines can't handle the weight of the bots, as much as their presence is shifting the balance and creating, messing with the aerodynamics. Berocai is struggling at the controls, and the ship is jerking wildly as it goes flying. You notice that the cannons on the base are not firing up at you.
What do you mean?
The base that you just stole the spaceship from had guns.
Oh.
And they're not shooting at you.
Because we have the spooters? They
Good
don't want
question.
to kill their spooters?
What does Asena want to do? You're on the guns. The guns only shoot forward at this time. You are starting to climb through the atmosphere, and you've got 2 spooters on you. Does Asena have any ideas about how to solve this unfortunate situation?
Oh, she's got some ideas. They're just not very feasible. First off, shouldn't, these spiders seem pretty, they seem like they're evening the ship out by now. Look at, they're like
in perfect symmetry.
wing.
Yeah. They have like crawled carefully because they're incredibly strong. They've crawled into these positions and locked themselves onto the engines.
Okay. And I assume they don't need oxygen.
Correct.
Awesome. Hey, Bear. What are the chances I could fire this gun and then you could do like a barrel roll so that way like you meet up with the missile from the gun and then it shoots the spooter, but you don't shoot the ship?
It's a plasma beam.
Yeah. What? And?
Okay. I mean, I could, with the right adjustments while we're still in atmosphere, I could change the diffusal on the turbo encabulator and possibly generate a small field that we could fly through, but we couldn't catch up with it. We'd have to drive through the plasma ourselves.
Okay. I don't know what any of that means.
I can shoot an explosion and then fly through the explosion.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
That could damage us too, but it could shake them loose.
Okay. Well, let's weigh our options. I got a couple of other things. Does this skyboat come with some sort of protection?
We have shields.
Shields. Yes. Can we modify those? We have like Haura do some crazy electricity. I don't even know the words. She does something to the shields. Shields hurt spooters.
Haura looks over at you. The whole ship shakes and like goes almost into a barrel roll as she's holding on at a nearly vertical angle. That's good, Asena. That's some Gastone stuff.
Don't tell him when we get back there.
Not a word. Lynn is already working on, because she's sitting at the station where you can modify the shields. She's underneath pulling things out, attaching things. Berocai is going, but she's already just making the modifications. Haura says, I'm heading back to the engines. You give me the signal, and I'll do it. And Haura starts making her way down the ship.
I'm glad that Haura likes that one because I don't know, Bear. My other option was to like make the engines really hot or something. Maybe we could, I don't know, but it seems probably bad for the ship.
None of these are great for the ship. Why are you doing this in the first place? What is there in space?
The final frontier.
I forgot. But I know that we want to get there.
Lynn, as she's like underneath plugging things and unplugging things, she looks over at you and she winks. Good, don't tell him anything. Act like you forgot. That's an excellent cover story.
I'm totally like nodding, like that's accurate. Do we have our radios back? Are they back online?
Yeah, you're out. You've moved past the 100-foot radius where the EMP went off that cut off communications.
Okay, so I definitely. Oh shit! I'm in the wrong thing. Asena loves playing with these radios. So that's the only reason why she wants to know if it's back online.
Oh yeah, it's online.
To Haura, she's gonna be like, "Are you in position?"
The ship shakes. There's a moment. Yes. Ready.
Okay, Bear, you ready? I don't know what you had to do.
He looks, and you feel like he should be looking indignantly at you, but he just sort of looks oddly at you. And
Yes, that's a yes.
3, 2, 1. The lights in the cockpit flicker. The engines choke out for a moment as Berocai reroutes the manual thrusters, injecting more fuel, and to compensate for the fact that the gravity disbursement field goes down for a moment as the shield turns into a low-grade plasma field of EMP and just arcs all the way over it as Haura just pours electricity into the capacitors. Lynn, the thing that Lynn messed with a moment ago, sparks, melts, and explodes in her face. She shields her eyes against it. All the instruments in the whole cockpit just start flashing uselessly, no longer giving any pertinent information. And at that point, you continue your acceleration, and the two spiders thrash. The whole ship shakes. They involuntarily squeeze down, leaving bite marks in the outer perimeter of the engine. Let's go ahead and roll for damage on that.
Oh no.
18 damage on one engine, 16 damage on the other. Jump! And a healing boost for the ship. Thank you, Gorm. We'll do the more damage of the two engines. So instead of 18 damage, it's only 10 damage on that one. And they get fried and they fly off thousands of feet in the air, hurtling towards the ground. Probably going to leave small craters somewhere along the way. Lynn punches her chair. Yes! Good! That was great!
We did it!
Haura climbs her way back up to the front. Well, John, why are you rolling 20d6?
That's just falling damage. It's for me. Don't worry about it.
Oh, to see how much damage they take upon impact?
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to make you worry about it.
Fantastic.
I like big numbers. We all like big numbers.
Big numbers are good. No, that's fair. How much damage does a giant spider bot take when falling at terminal velocity? The world wants to know.
71 and 75, depending on vectors.
Yep. All right. Haura climbs her way back into the cockpit, and the ship continues climbing. The atmosphere gets thinner, the sky gets darker, and you see the entire arc of the planet Lacunus. You've never seen a horizon like this in your life. It's kind of a phenomenal view. It'd be nicer if it was your home world of Jor that has, like continents and oceans and stuff instead of just almost entirely arid rocks. But you can see little wisps of cloud and just like the vague elements of an atmosphere as you climb higher and higher.
Is the planet round?
It is round.
Oh my god.
And it is not flat.
Asena's gonna mention, I never kind of thought of it would be like a ball thing.
Lynn and Berocai both look at you. Haura just shrugs.
Asena's a flat earther.
Pods, go ahead and roll 1d100. You found a treasure on the ship. Again, thanks to chat.
Woo! Okay, roll 1d100. 47.
Okay. Over the course of the next few minutes, as the ship continues to gain altitude, how exactly you come across it is up to you. But you find a little gadget.
Gastone would be so proud of me. We can't let him.
It's a bulky handheld device. It looks like just a lump of odd, a very clunky piece of metal with a couple different boxes sort of folded on top of it. It looks like it unfolds into something.
Okay. I'm writing it down. Handheld device. It's a puzzle.
Does Asena want to try to solve the puzzle?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll an intelligence check for Asena.
Okay. A 9.
Okay.
That's a save.
Yeah, but the result's probably the same, right?
Probably.
Yep. Do you want to spend a point of inspiration on that?
I mean, sure. I have it, so.
Okay. Go ahead and burn the inspiration and roll
I
again.
don't know if we're gonna do any better than this. We got 14.
Hey, you did do better than this. How much inspiration do you have left now?
6.
All right. The machine unfolds and floats. At the center of it, it's a sphere with arms, robotic arms sticking out of it.
It's not a spooter, is it?
Repair unit activated.
Hey.
Who are you?
Repair unit activated.
You guys, I found a repair unit activated.
Where is Asena as she's fiddling with this? Is she in the cockpit or is she like in the cargo bay?
Yeah, she should be a little bit farther, like where the couch is. Or is
Okay,
that a
yeah,
couch? That's
yeah,
a
it's a
little
couch.
chair.
It is.
Yeah.
This is no, there's a chair and there's like a TV there, so you're sitting on the chair, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, you're just sitting there fiddling with this. Hara's gone back up to the cockpit by this point. The spiders have fallen off. Let me get rid of those for you. All right, who else do you want to be in the room when you discover this?
I've been liking Bear hanging out with.
Bear's going to be in the
Nervous
cockpit the
wreck.
whole time.
Oh yeah, I guess he has to write.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Hara makes the most sense.
Okay, Hara is with you.
Okay.
She's been spending this whole time trying to remind you why you were going to space in the first place. Asking, as you're fiddling with this sort of distracted, she's been saying, do you remember why we're here? Do you remember what we're up to?
No.
All right, do you remember Florence? Florence Giotto?
Are we going there to find the Prince of Suitor?
Not yet.
Okay.
We have to find the Shadow Assassins so they can give us what we need to save Florence's life. She's the girl in the pod who's going to melt into shadows if we don't help her.
Right. And the space is the place where the people can't see.
Yes.
So that's why we think the shadow people are going to be there?
That and the Vosky Seers in the big city before the one guy turned into a skeleton and died. They said if we went to space, we would find them.
Oh. I was supposed to talk to him before we left, but it didn't happen. Oh, well. I
Life
guess
is
he'll still be dead when we come back.
Yes. In all likelihood, yes. And at that point...
Repair unit activated.
After announcing that you have discovered, you've met a repair unit activated, Hara takes a look at it. This could be helpful.
What's it do?
I imagine it fixes things that are broken. Probably not hearts, Asena. I'm sorry.
What's that supposed to mean?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Mr. or Mrs. Repair unit activated. I think you have a lot of things to fix.
Directions.
She's gonna point away.
What way do you point?
Random way.
Okay, roll 1d8.
I mean, there's like things are broken all over the ship, right? So
Yeah, that's fair.
1d8. 1.
1. All right, just straight to the cockpit. Straight up.
What is my purpose? You
Oh
repair
my
unit.
God.
Oh my god.
All right, I actually have a graphic that will work. No, I'll pull a different graphic. All right, it floats down the hallway. And Asena, as it starts floating down the hallway, Asena immediately gets on the comms. No. Haura gets on the comms to Lynn. Repair unit inbound.
Repair unit activated.
His name is Repair Unit Activated.
Rua. For short.
My bad.
And it floats up there and it starts. It gets under. It starts undoing the damage that Lynn did to it earlier. And does Asena have anything else? Is she going to keep hanging out in here with Haura or what?
I guess we can go talk to Bear.
Okay. Head on up.
We can go sit in the gun turret again.
Mm-hmm.
On
The repair unit activated is Lynn's sort of pushed out of the way as it's in there, just going to town. And Berocai is operating and monitoring all the various levels and making sure that you're achieving altitude. Is there any particular orbit I'm supposed to take? I don't exactly know what I'm doing here.
Yes, we need the orbit to space.
But all of them. Okay. Just any space orbit. You don't care otherwise.
Maybe we should ask Lynn. Lynn, do we care what space orbit we are in?
You're the ones who said that we needed to go here to find it.
Oh, yeah. Haura? Is there a map or some sort of like thing that he's looking at on the...
Yeah, there's like a projection that shows the curvature of Lacunus, and it's got different calculations, and it's picking up orbital trash that's floating around.
Okay. Asena memorized that map of Lacunus, so maybe she knows where she's supposed to go.
Okay.
321 kilometers up.
I don't know if she memorized it, but she was looking at that map for a long time.
That's fair. That's fair. We should be in orbit within a couple of minutes outside of atmosphere. I've done everything you've asked. The least you can do is give me some sort of reason why I've just turned against everything I've ever known and loved.
You loved the spider bots?
I mean, they're just part of Exarch. Really, just, like limbs or tools or manifestations of Exarch.
Well, you can still go back there if you want, like after we're done with all this stuff.
After we stole one of the few functioning spaceships on the planet, blew up half the base that we are operating.
Yeah, but you see, we did that. You didn't do that. You were kidnapped. You were taken hostage. Not by me. I didn't do that. But I did think about it.
But why?
Because you're the only person that can fly the ship. You think I know how to fly this thing?
No, I don't.
Wow. Okay. Fair. Let's see what else we got here. But I mean, you could go back to the Exarchate if you want to. But I mean, now you're in space and you could do whatever you want after this.
He
Did
thinks
you want to
about it.
just be like fixing Wayfarers for the rest of your life?
Yeah, working on some of the most sophisticated technology on the planet. It's fascinating.
Okay. How about after we go to the place where we need to go and we come back, you can keep the ship.
Can you do that?
Can? Yes. But like, is that okay?
I mean,
Imagine if I stole a car and told the guy driving, the cops are looking for this, but you can have it.
I don't really need the whole ship.
You don't want to be captain of a ship? Weird.
I don't have a crew. There isn't really anywhere to go. I need a whole team I need ground control. I need mechanics. I've got friends, people who I care about.
Okay. Well. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't go back there.
Why not?
Asena's quickly realizing that she's not saying the right things in the situation.
Lynn laughs at this exchange, looking at Berocai with derision.
We could probably figure this out. I mean, we were hanging out with the Exarchate. I can't even say it. We were hanging out with them first. And technically, we got kidnapped.
Lynn gives you the side eye.
On accident.
Wow.
Shrugs.
Yeah, that's probably not going to work either.
Berocai looks very dejected as the implications of everything going on continue to sink in.
Okay. I'm going to tell you I'm going to let you in on our plot. Okay? Since you're driving the ship, you deserve to know. We are looking for a suitor for the prince. And if we find one... What was that, Bear?
Prince? Which prince?
The prince of the people you don't like.
Oh, God.
I mean, I don't really have a problem with anybody. We're all, except for the dragons, we all have a planet to share. But you probably mean Prince Casimir of the Voski. He's the only one who doesn't have a partner at this point.
I thought that the Exarchate and the Voski don't like each other.
What do you mean? Of course we'd like them. They're just, they're living a different life that's less effective and not as apt for protecting us against the dragons. We just have differences of opinion. That's all.
Okay. Well, we are going to go find him a partner. And then once we do that, we're going to have a big ball that's going to unite everybody. It's going to be a really big party. And you could be invited if you want. And it's going to be a really good time. And then we'll come back as heroes.
That's actually really noble. And I think that's a meaningful gesture that's going to improve a lot of people's lives. Why do you need a spaceship? Where are you going to find a suitable suitor in space?
In the shadow realm.
Lynn facepalms. Berocai just sort of looks confused and goes back to flying the ship. And without a single sound, and without any of the indicators going off, the lights in the cargo bay go out. And a figure is standing there, unbeknownst to the rest of the party, wearing completely darkened power armor.
It's a dark Lynn.
Let's check in with John real quick, then we'll go back to Gastone, and then we'll wrap up with Asena. John, when we last left you, you were in the shadow manifestation of Chronophage divine realm.
Yep.
You had met Justin the Vignar, whose name is just Vignar, and you were considering sealing a piece of the flesh of Kura in this shadow projection in between space version of a divine realm.
Yes,
What do you wish to do?
So as they are making their way through, and again, wanted to just clarify, John was trying to get a little more out of Justin than just their name. Trying to build a bit of rapport. I rolled the 21, I believe. How did that go, by the way?
Justin is not forthcoming at all about information. This was supposed to be ominously show up, deliver a message from the gods, which strikes awe in the hearts of those involved, and then vanish.
But that's not John's thing, though.
No, I know that, and you know that, but that was not part of Justin's memo. The mission briefing did not cover that part. So you got bits and pieces of information. I wouldn't say that you're familiar, like super familiar, just because of the way that the Vignar operate, but you're somewhere in between aware of and familiar. So mechanically, if you scry on this person, we'll split the difference.
Cool. I have a thing. Okay, so split the difference. I like it. Okay. So first of all, I have a plan for that as well, by the way, but we'll get to that in a moment. While they're talking, John is going to, as quickly and stealthily as he can, he's going to withdraw a piece of the flesh of Kur and place it on the bottom of a dragon hourglass that he had been looking for. He had used he drew from the deepest wells of his magic and manipulating and monitoring a particular dragon with his locate creature plus spell. He was seeking the hourglass of Tiamat, the fiendish dragon trapped within the hells of Avernus.
Because Tiamat is a greater deity, I am going to cost you an extra point of inspiration to overcome the divine wardings preventing it from being discovered.
That is bull poopy, but I will take it.
It was one layer of making the spell work when it shouldn't work, and another layer of I don't want to look up the stat block to see if gods have automatic immunity to all such things. So I'm just going to take a point of inspiration and make the impossible possible.
I'm fine with that. I have it to spare for now, so I'll do that thing that you just said.
You following through the twisted, shadowy caverns, you come across a massive hourglass, just absolutely enormous, towering above you. Time and space are somewhat relative where you are right now, but the thing's got to be at least 50 feet tall. And instead of having two pillars, one on either side, when you flip an hourglass, it's got those bars sort of connecting the top to the bottom if it's in a nice frame. This one has 5.
Wow.
Each of them the coiled head of a different type of chromatic dragon. That's gotta be Tiamat, right? Like,
that's gotta be.
Your spell led you here. You were focused on the dragon goddess. You found the shadow impression of Tiamat's lifespan, and it is enormous, but it is finite.
And just for those of us, who care, they're all hourglasses. They got sand flowing in there. How much sand is, top versus bottom of this thing? If you were to ballpark,
I would say. Okay, hold on. I have multiple timelines. Timelines to consider here. Yeah. So we've got the Coriander campaign. We've got the various Anakra campaigns in which Tiamat doesn't really figure, so I don't have to think about that. But we also have the Descent into Avernus campaign.
Yeah, that's a real important one there.
And I'm gonna say that Tiamat is probably safe from being killed by your party, simply because the real universe, is going to burn out and die before we get that far. So
talking about in DIA or
in DIA.
Oh yeah, no, those schmucks. I mean, they're funny, but they're not gonna kill Tiamat.
I'm gonna say there's a lot of sand left over.
Okay. But can I see how much is left? Like, is this thing like 50-50 in terms of like how long it's been here versus like
More than 50% of lifespan remaining.
nice? Okay, good to know. Very good to know. Which means that at least hell isn't dying. Now I wonder if I went and put a shard of core down there, if that would change things. The hourglass is just like
only one way to find out.
So that being said, what's going to happen is that John is going to use his mage hand to, as like I said, stealthily as he can, withdraw a piece of the flesh of Kor and continue his conversation with Justin. And he is going to have the hand place the flesh of Kor at the base of the hourglass. As in, like, it's floating, right?
Yeah, so like the underside of it, you're sticking it like a wad of gum underneath a chair, the flesh of the void dragon on the hourglass of the queen of evil dragons, just like a piece of gum under the desk.
Is this thing high or low, by the way?
It's pretty high.
So top of it then, whatever is least likely to be seen by someone floating through this void.
Honestly, you've got like the underside of it, and then it's got a lip right here. That's the piece that's least likely to get seen, sort of wedged in between the glass and the substance of it.
Then that is where John's mage hand will go.
Okay. You stick a piece of the void dragon underneath there. What else do you do?
John is then going to see what'll happen. He's going to pull a oh, look over there, but not just, oh, look over there. He's going to have set it up a little better than that. He's an investigator. He knows how to get people's attention and all that horse malarkey. So he's going to set up, he's going to take as long as he needs to, but he's going to basically set up with Justin a scenario in which, while he's questioning, hey, who's that? Hey, who's that? Do you know this? Oh, what would Chronophage think about this? And while they're just kind of less like I'm tricking you and more like I'm lulling you into like a sense of yes, okay, yeah, whatever.
Boring him to death.
Boring him to death. And then John is going to, because it has a range of 60 feet, cast Flesh to Stone on the flesh of Kor to adhere it, petrify it to the hourglass.
That's a pretty good hiding spot for a piece of the flesh. 11 down, 10 to go, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I have spent the spells, and John is very well and truly ready to get the hell out of here.
All right. Where do you wish to return?
You can take me anywhere I'd like to go.
Anywhere our shadows reach.
Can I pick somebody up on the way?
No.
Please?
No.
What if I gave you a lot of money?
One does not simply use the realm of shadows as an interdimensional highway unless you're us.
What if I gave you a favor? Let me get to the bottom of this. I believe... Wait, shit, that's not going to work. Oh, I hate time. Okay. You know what? Forget it. If you can do me something, if you can do me a solid, I'll give you the favor. I'm totally cool with that. That being said, I can't grab Gastone because he's not even going to be here for 7 more hours. So, do you happen to know where my other party member is?
Both of your party members' paths will intersect ours. We can drop you off at either of those points. But they intersect on separate paths.
Are you spitting me through time as well, or just location?
One way only. But yes. There's a fast forward, there's no rewind.
That's what I thought. Okay, yeah. No. Is this like an immediate temporal shift, or do I have that time? Do I lose? Is it like going across state boundaries? Do I lose the time by going through the time zone, or can I do things while it's happening?
I mean, if you want time to do things, you can do that, but basically pick which of these two scenes you want to jump into. And then we're going to cut around and you can tell me what you want to do with your downtime.
I mean, do I get a long rest if I go to Gastone? Is what I'm getting at.
Yes, you can have a long rest if you go to Gastone.
Yep, send me to Gastone.
All right. Actually, you can have a long rest in either position.
Really?
Yeah. The mission took a few days. Like, Asena's mission took a few days to get into position.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be days though that John just lost. No. Send me to Gastone. That was the original plan anyway.
Okay. Gastone, you are still inside the caves. I need all three of you each to roll 1d20, please.
Each of us? Oh.
Yeah, all three of you. Roll 1d20.
I'm scared.
I didn't happen to find a treasure out in the void between voids.
You just rolled a 19, so there's a distinct possibility you just found a treasure in the void between voids. Yeah, you rolled a 19, so congratulations. You found a treasure in the void between voids.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
I don't have anything immediately prepared. I can just roll some treasure for you if you want, unless you have something cooler, as long as it's not, Haura's hourglass.
Wow.
I mean, I would assume I can't take one of these things, can I?
No. You took something from Dream once, and that shouldn't have happened, but...
Shouldn't have.
But it did.
Man, is there a chance that anybody else came through here and pulled the little sneaky that I did?
Very unlikely. What do you have in mind?
Well, no, I'm just thinking if somebody possibly was trying to come through these slip gates and either monitor, mess with, or, abuse such a thing, maybe they would have also left some kind of tracker or magical means of, is there something here that could be messing with something that I could then, like a luck or a rune or a, is there a deep glyph here?
No, there's not a deep glyph here. Think about your ideas while we go back to beat down here for a bit.
Yeah.
All right. Gastone, you're in the cave. You've done a ton of dissection. You've done really, really well on your skill checks. You've used just about every skill on your character sheet as part of this, and you've unlocked tier 1 of the power discipline. Are there any other skills, tools, or abilities that you could theoretically apply to this monitoring and dissection that you could use to justify getting just a little bit more out of this?
I technically have some points in engineering.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm quite at the level 1 per se, but I remember reading books for like an afternoon.
No, you're at tier 1 of engineering. You are at tier 1 of engineering.
Cool.
Yes, you now have tier 1 engineering and tier 1 power.
So does that help?
Not. Yeah, I'd let you make one more science check or Tinker's Tools check with your engineering knowledge to extract a little bit more information out of this.
Okay. Let's see. I will go with Tinker's Tools. Not with strength. That would be weird.
Okay, a 14. Not super high. Anything you want to throw on this?
No, I will take it.
All right. You gain an additional 100 research points, putting your research point total for power at 400.
Woo.
And is there anything else you want to do here in the Shadow Pits?
No. Now that I have studied all that I can, I am good to leave.
All right. Anything for George or the rest of the site? Just say your goodbyes and head out.
I'm definitely still gonna ask George to, because there's still those weird dark monsters that I don't want to fight by myself again. So I'm gonna be like, hey, George, I'm good to go now.
Okay. All right. He will escort you out of the caves. Keeping them at bay, his sword glows brightly. He focuses on it, and it shines with this bright, soothing light. And he uses that light to lead you out, hold the shadows and the void pools at bay, and you make your way out to your ship safely on the other side.
Oh, lovely. So So I guess George is already gone.
No, he's led you out there.
Okay. First of all, thank you. Second of all, are you ever gonna leave this place?
I don't know. There's an evil here that does not sleep. And I'm the best equipped to take care of it and keep an eye on it, and it's my duty to make sure that it stays guarded. So unless something changes, here I am.
Well, John has definitely given me at least a cursory rundown of what that evil is. So yeah, that's going to be hard, but hopefully one day we can deal with it. One day.
If anyone can do it, I bet you can.
Hey, thanks. Well, all right. I'm gonna go kill a time god now. See ya.
He gives you a hearty handshake, wishes you fair travels, and heads back into the pits. Your hover vessel awaits you.
Oh, thank God. I was so ready for you to be like, you go outside and it's gone.
Nah.
Thank God. Okay, so I would like to get back in and I guess go back to the city.
Okay.
There's not a whole lot else I can do here.
As you fire everything up and turn around, the sun has shifted, so the shadow of the mountains still falls upon you. And it speeds away, shrouded in its concealment shield. And the concealment shield starts rippling oddly, shimmering with causing some visual distortions. And the shadow of the mountain sticks on the seat next to you, the passenger seat.
Oh, God damn it.
And it takes on a familiar silhouette. And then as it continues to go, John Carmichael appears in the chair next to you.
Oh.
After doing whatever he wanted to do for hours. So we're going to come back to that and let you actually do that.
Right.
Meanwhile, in space...
We also have a mysterious visitor.
Indeed. Berocai does notice that the security cameras in the cargo bay seem to be offline. And that's very odd. Asena, what would you like to do?
Can I see this guy? I mean, is he close to us?
Nope, he's in the cargo bay. The only indication you have that any of this is happening is that the cargo bay itself, the cameras in the cargo bay aren't working. You can kind of see on a control panel because you're all in the cockpit.
Okay. I'm going to like peer over into the hallway.
Mm-hmm. The doors all close behind each other automatically, so the doors are shut.
Darn it. Okay. So then I can't see because the cameras are off.
Correct. The cameras are off and the doors are closed. Somebody has to go check it out.
Do you guys think RepairBot activated does this too?
RepairBot continues to modify.
Okay.
Estimated task completion time 120 minutes.
Dang. He's kind of slow. All right.
Improper protocols were followed on this device. Electric capacitance has exceeded recommended parameters. 119 minutes.
Awesome. You don't have to tell us every minute, but thank you. All right. Lynn, Hara, who's checking it out?
Hara gets up and just starts walking.
Okay, I'm gonna go like behind her.
Okay. Hara makes her way through all the way down, has her gun, one of her 2 machine pistols ready as she breaches into the cargo bay. Standing down here in the cargo bay, and the lights in the room themselves seem to have flickered and dimmed. They're not reaching all the way into the corners of the ship, is a figure wearing dark power armor.
Hey, Lynn. It's a dark version of you.
Don't kill it. It could be my parallel universe self.
Asena's gonna move to this part of just like mirroring where Hara is at on the other side.
All right, Hara sort of glances around the big cargo that's back there, looks at you, and starts counting down.
What are we? What?
Oh, she puts up her hands. Okay. Let's move around slowly at the same time. Don't attack, but corner them.
Okay, I can do that.
All right. On the count of 3, okay?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. And she goes.
Asena will also go.
All right, excellent. Hara's very pleased that this worked out.
She doesn't know what corner meant.
So what does she do?
I think, well, maybe she goes to the corner.
Hara sees you moving just to the corner, and she doesn't sigh. She holds that back. She just kind of follows suit so that now you're both on either side.
And just like Hara, Asena will ready her shotgun.
Okay.
Yeah, but realizes she probably shouldn't shoot a shotgun in a ship.
What could possibly go wrong?
You have come here seeking technology to assist Florence Giotto.
That's her name. That's what Lynn was saying. Right.
We are prepared to surrender this information.
Oh. Okay.
He turns first to Hara and then to Asena. Pot hesitates for a moment.
Wait a second. How'd you get in here?
Children of Io. There dwells at the edge of this system an abomination. A time-eating parasite. You must destroy it.
Okay. We're pretty good at destroying things.
He looks specifically at Asena.
Find refuge in the astral plane. It will assist.
Hara told me to do that before. Didn't you want me to go there anyway, Hara?
She nods.
Okay. Hold on. Let me write this down. She's going to grab a pen
Okay.
and write on her hand again.
Okay.
Time-eating parasite. Punch him. Astral plane. Sleep there. Okay.
Is she saying this out loud as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Find refuge.
Find refuge.
The information you require is there.
So don't sleep?
And it fades into the shadows.
What? He did not like asking me questions. I mean, me asking him questions. What was that?
Vignar, Shadow Assassins, what we were looking for. Didn't actually give us anything. Said he would.
He called us children of Io. I should write that down too.
That's interesting. Io is the Vignar suddenly reappears in the middle of the room.
Welcome back.
This is not the purview of the Vignar, but consider that both of your objectives here might work well together.
Like, we're a team? Because we already are a team.
The girl that you're going to save from an important criminal family, right? Leadership experience, statecraft, magical knowledge.
Yeah.
Think about it.
And the Vignar disappears again.
Wait, think about what?
I don't know.
Haura looks stumped as well.
Do you remember what he says? I could write that down too.
Yeah, Florence Giotto. She's from a crime family back in Northport.
Yeah, we know that part.
Right.
Why does he care?
I no idea. I'm not paying attention to that at all. I mean, I'm paying attention to it, but I have no idea how that involves anything that we're here to accomplish.
Maybe she's a child of Io.
I find that highly unlikely.
What's an Io?
Io is the source of all dragons.
She could be a dragon.
Again, I find that highly unlikely, but worth investigating.
Dragon.
That's closer to possible.
That's what he meant with the astral plane.
Yeah, but he said to find refuge, like refuge is a place, and I've never heard of anything called that. Except in my other campaign, which is not canon in this universe, Matt. Completely different.
I'm just saying with my eyes.
Okay. So we don't know what this is like a riddle. We don't know what find refuge is, but good news, we do know it doesn't mean sleeping.
Which is good. Technically, it's not. I don't know if it's possible to sleep on the astral plane, but it's definitely not required.
I mean, I wouldn't want to sleep on it. It was very pretty.
That's fair. So do you think he's going to drop off the specifications we needed in our inbox or what?
Oh, that's a good point. That was weird. We don't know where he came from. Can we trust him?
I don't know. If he serves the Watcher, there's no reason for him to lie. But Haura, Asena, we just got a weird transmission. You should come check this out.
He's still listening, isn't he?
Could be. Lynn wants something, though. I mean, their god is literally called the Watcher. It's safe for us to assume we're being watched at all times. He's also called the Uncaring Watcher, so it's safe to assume that whatever he's observing doesn't actually matter except for this time parasite.
Why would he help us if he didn't care?
His whole job is cosmic order and just monitoring the lives and deaths of all dragons. The only time it doesn't matter to Chronepsis if dragons die. That's just the way of the world. The only thing that would matter is some major disruption to time itself. Which they have here in spades.
Yeah. We gotta kill it.
I have no idea how that's going to work.
Well, We figured out how to go to space, so I think we'll figure out how to kill the time eater.
One problem at a time. She starts heading back to the cockpit.
Asena will follow suit.
All right. When you get back on the computer screen that Lynn is monitoring, bizarre symbols are just tracking across from left to right. Just. And Lynn says, I have no idea what any of this is. We will take that opportunity to check back in with John and Gastone. John, what did you want to do during the at least 8 hours that you're going to be waiting in Shadow Limbo?
First of all, I thought of the treasure, if you're so inclined.
I'll hear you.
However, John would have collected this inside of the plane with which he was in, and you said it was a border, like shadow plane.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how big you are on this, but there is a substance known as shadow substance, shadow material, shadow stone, or shadow stuff is like the kind of catch-all term for it. And it is basically a magical piece of the plane that when harvested can be used to craft items or modify spells and stuff like that. I would like some of that.
Done. Add it to your character sheet.
Perfect. Secondarily, when John, after just kind of meditating and resting and taking his long rest in the interim, I would assume that, depending on how much time he had, well, they're going to be on the road for a while. You know what? John would have spent the time just making tattoos or bullets. No, bullets. Yeah, he'll have made spell bullets. That's what he did during his interim.
Okay.
And when he appears before Gastone inside of the vehicle, they're driving. John just kind of turns. Hey, long time no see. Oh, crap. Hey, let's go back. My car's back there.
Gastone, what do you do?
He said his car is back there?
Mm-hmm.
Where? I swear mine was the only one.
I need you to turn this car around.
Why? You just what?
Screw it. John teleports to his car. John has to mention door. It just goes back to the car.
Okay, so John just says screw it. He does some complicated gestures with his hands, opens up a glowing doorway, and sort of wraps himself in the doorway like he's stretching a cloth over himself.
And he goes, as it's disappearing, goes, and I'm taking the cat. And John grabs Chester by the scruff and pulls him through the portal.
Gastone, what do you do?
My confusion is indescribable. Matt, who I came searching for and almost died trying to find, just shows up saying, wait, we have to turn around. I'm like, what? Hello? And then he's just gone. And I'm like, what? I
don't know how fast this thing moves, but I'm not going to be miles away when we have a conversation. And then I lose the Vosky car and he charges me for it.
I mean, whatever. I'm just going to keep driving back to the capital, bro.
Okay. John, when you teleport back, your car is gone.
What? What do you mean my car is gone?
It's gone. It's not where you left it.
How could it not be where I left it?
That's a great question, but you don't see it there.
Okay, are there any tracks?
Roll a survival check.
Oh my god. I have disadvantage again.
Mm-hmm.
So here this goes. Survival. And
2 4s.
I'm gonna be rolling a luck die for this.
All right, roll a third survival check and take the better of the 3.
Yep. There we go. That's much better.
All right, there's just
my damn car.
Just absolutely nothing. You're finding zilch, nada. And that's the clue that you need to realize that you're looking for all the wrong things. You shouldn't be looking for signs of something. You should be looking for signs of nothing. The strange smoothness, the odd chill on the ground, the complete absence of any evidence, including dust in the area where your vehicle should be. One of those void pools from the shadow pits must have crept out here and eaten your car.
You're kidding me. Okay, I'm gonna go back in the cave.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, you're gone. I mean, I just teleported away. You are long ass gone.
Dimension Door is only a range of a couple 400 feet, and your comms are working again, by the way. You have your comms. But John's like, screw this, dude, where's my car?
Well, as soon as I realized that it was very likely, I don't know how could that thing have gotten out here?
Good question.
This is to you, Joe. You're a son of a bitch. I did the responsible thing by going back for the car that was lent to me, and you ate it?
I didn't eat it.
Car?
The Void Ooze ate it.
Okay. After spending a few minutes searching, John hits the comms and, hey, Gastone, someone ate my car. Can you come back and get me?
Where are you?
Right, I'm at the pits. Come back and get me. I'm just gonna
We're also
gonna have to find another way to get there, and I have no idea how.
All right, he pulls the vehicle back around. Has to spend.
How far away is Gastone at this point?
I mean, it probably took you at least 10 minutes to go through all this, and that vehicle moves incredibly fast, so it's going to take him 10 minutes to make his way back.
Cool. I go back and talk to Gawarkis.
Okay. We'll do that conversation next time because we're getting up to the close.
Yeah.
All right. I burned a point of DM inspiration to eat your car if it's any consolation.
I figured that was the case.
All right. We will end our episode today with Gastone bringing the hover vehicle back around, taking a few minutes to figure out how to get through the illusion spell again. You've been there once now, so you are able to do it, but it takes you a moment. John goes in and has a conversation with Gilwargis, and Asena floating up in space as you're going over these transmissions that are coming through. Haura looks at it, peers, and says, "Those are runes. That's a spell." And that's where we'll. And that's. Mm-hmm. And that's where we'll end our episode for today. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you for supporting our cast with advantage, disadvantage, and the like. And tune in next week for more Coriander Society adventures.